Okay, I'm Pat Sennell. I had a funny story about getting to Vietnam. When I enlisted in the Navy, I did so because I didn't want to go in the Army and go to Vietnam. So where did I end up? I ended up in Vietnam. I was in South Texas, and I was asked to fill out what we call a dream sheet, asking where I wanted to go. I said, any helicopter unit, East Coast, for duty involving flight. Well, I got my wish. There was the far East Coast. I was asked if I'd wanted to take those orders when it came in. I got to thinking, if I turn these down, where am I going to end up? Some destroyer up in the North Atlantic, shipping ice off the rails. I didn't want to do that, so I figured I'd just take to Vietnam. I got to Vietnam and volunteered to go fly. After after training and swim qual, and then I had to wait for a while because I was working on a special project for the squadron. We were going to put wire-guided missiles on a helicopter. So we picked the least powerful airplane they could think of to put these heavy things on. It took us about 3.5 months to do that. And when they went and tried it out, the pilot said, no way. So that was 3.5 months wasted. I get out on detachment. I'm flying every other day. March 26th, 69, the VC put rockets into our ammo dump. Now, we were about 150 yards from the ammo dump. The initial blast was 300 tons of ammunition. It destroyed 2 airplanes, killed 1 pilot, trapped a pilot in the airplane. We had fires, and then we also had that pilot in the airplane. We had to get him out. People talked about shooting his foot off, and that's all I was holding was his foot. They talked about cutting it off with a fire axe. We finally decided that, hey, we can push down on the tail of this airplane and it'll roll up. And that's exactly what happened. There was no damage to his foot, no bruises, no cuts. The other airplane was not so lucky. They were still on the ground. A railroad tie for the ammo dump hit the airplane in the windscreen. Pushed in the windscreen, took the rotor off the top of the airplane. They said the last time they saw the rotor blade it was turned into the blast. The co-pilot got hit with a piece of shrapnel. He never knew what hit him. He had been in country 3 weeks. The pilot got a gash down his feet from his eye to his chin, and a piece of plexiglass sticking out of his leg. We went over and decided we wanted to pull that out because we didn't want it flopping around and making more damage. We pulled it out. There was no blood. It had not gone into his leg. It had come down between his leg and his flight boot. No scratches even. The only damage he got was the cut down his face. That night I remember vividly because after the first blast, we had to evacuate. We were running across the base, and another blast went up, knocked us flat. We got over, got into the bunker by the hospital, and the third blast went off. All in all, 500 tons of ammunition blew up that night. It's a memory I will never forget. Even after I came home, I was waking up in thunderstorms. Crash of thunder would wake me up. I just stood upright in bed. Anyhow, eventually that wore off. I still have dreams every once in a while, but most of it's gone. Anyway, that's my story.